in South Carolina, a lot of people are calling foul about what happened with the state government. So in South Carolina is one of the states where the state government elect the judges themselves. It's not like elected by the people, like, a judge will run for a campaign and then, he or she is elected. Well, they were calling foul because they elected nothing but white men to, the judges' seats. All of the seats, nobody else, no black people, even though black people is 27% of the population in South Carolina, they did not elect none at all. And they're pretty upset by that. Matter of fact, let me tell you how they did this. So you had a black woman that was a judge, been there for 20 years, right? And they replaced her with a white man, literally off the street. He never had any kind of judicial experience, nothing. So literally a white man from the street come and replace a black woman judge that's been there for 20 years. They have the experience. That's how blatant they are. Now, they say that the Republicans got the majority in that state right now. So they're doing things like this. See, this is the thing about the Republicans. The Republicans are about power and white supremacy. OK, and, the Democrats are about the same thing as well. But they play too many games. That's why I'm not really invested in no Dixiecrat party or no Republiklan party. Not invested in now one of them. But what I'm saying is, states like that and I'm telling you, they're going to be more aggressive with these judges and certain political positions because they got to try to get America, in a way like South Africa. In South Africa, 90% of the population is black people, but the small, white minority controls and owns the majority of everything. Now, they're not the president. They're not the parliament. No. But what I mean by when they're actually saying who owns businesses, who owns certain land, who owns certain resources, it's still the white people. So, yes, South Africa is out of apartheid, but they really don't control anything. This is why Julius Malema talked about taking the land back from the Boer or from over there because it's not their land in the first place. They need to carry their happy self back to the Netherlands. That's really what that is. So you're going to see more and more of this happening. They want to get, like I said, those Supreme Court positions, certain judge positions, because they want to make sure when they officially become the minority. Now they say 2040, but I really think that's going to come much sooner than later. When they become the minority, they still want to be in control. This is what they're doing right now. That's why they're scrambling. OK. But at the end, this is why I would tell people they can try all day. But when you're the majority, then you have more, political position. Then you take your political position, create laws, get them out of those seats, and then make sure that if you do have something, let it look like America. You understand what I'm saying? That's how I feel an even way to be. It needs to be so many black people. It needs to be so many Hispanic, Asian, white, Arab, Indian, Native American. I believe it should be a mixture of everybody evenly, because that way, when people go to have, different courts and things like that, at least you have someone that understands you. Now, we know the majority of Mzungu America have a bias toward black people. That comes also in the area of law enforcement, judicial, etc. So this is why a lot of times black folks like, oh my God, we have issues and problems dealing with the court system because we don't have people that look like us and really be like us. And I'm not talking about a Clarence Thomas now, because Clarence Thomas, he's he's definitely Mzungu in the mind with black skin. We're not talking about a Clarence Thomas. We're talking about a real black person in the mind, black person on the outside as well. Like I said, just when you get in political position, you put a stop to that. That's really how you do that. They're holding on. They're trying to do all kind of ways to disenfranchise people from voting. And for somebody to say something, yes, I do believe in voting, but your votes to me count more at a local level and at the state level. That federal system that has that freaking electoral college, I always said I don't like that system. I think that system is too rigged for me. That's the only seat that you have that you can, not the people, but quote unquote electors do that. I think that's a dumb system. And that system is so outdated and it's been established in slavery. But when it comes to your state and local, elections, those do count, and you should be heavily invested into your local and state elections. Except definitely you're gonna live here in Babylon at least. But this happening and they blatantly doing it, you got to expect that, especially from those Republicans. But leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about the situation with, with the black judges. Like I said, just removing black judges, replacing them with, Mzungus off the street. The judges, like I say, even on the state Supreme Court, you have a chief justice that's black, and you have one other black person there, but the rest of them, it's an all white affair.